Alright, I'm going to make this quick and simple. My experience with the DJI RS4 gimbal. First things first, let me start with the fact that I'm not really the biggest gimbal user. I'm not the biggest gimbal shooter. At one point, I kind of hated gimbals. I thought that they were just too clunky. I thought that it just required too much like fooling around with. I was like, that's one extra item I have to charge. Most of the cameras I use now have pretty good stabilization anyway, so I can kind of move around unless I'm trying to do like a running shot or something like that. I'd rather have a monopod in a lot of cases. Like the list really went on to why I really was just not a gimbal guy, and still honestly not like the biggest gimbal person. But I will say that this right here definitely it has been my best experience with a gimbal yet. Let's just say that. Whenever you turn it off, it kind of auto locking. That's huge. That's major. It has a really good battery life. It's really just kind of changed my workflow in the sense of like I'm not really afraid to use a gimbal anymore because this is just it works well. It's strong. I don't feel like the motors are like trying to do anything crazy. Even if I have a pretty heavy setup on there, I'm still like not super duper impressed with like the new generation of it because it's really not that. It's really basically the same thing as the RS3 from what I've seen. So it's not like DJI made like a drastic jump or anything like that. And from what I've seen, if you already have one of those gimbals, not worth upgrading to this thing. But if you're like me and you just needed a new gimbal in general because you just didn't have one, the one I have was extremely old, and I got rid of that, so I just didn't have a gimbal forever, but got more into doing real estate and stuff like that, so I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll get a gimbal. So yeah, I went ahead and picked up this thing, and it's definitely quite a bit better, I will say that. It is definitely a good piece of gear, especially if you're a gimbal shooter. It really has everything you need, right? So if you're thinking about getting it, price for it right now, $550. That is what I paid for it. I remember now. It is, I think, a good price because I initially wanted the RS4 Pro, right? This is what I was thinking because I was like, if I have my camera fully rigged out, like cinema rig, matte box, monitor, the whole thing, I want to be able to just pop that on the gimbal and just be able to take that right off just like that. It'll look super cool and professional. But after second thoughts and looking at this price tag, I was like, hell no, absolutely not. There's just no shot I'm doing that. So went ahead and did that. I think that is a pretty fair price, especially just because, I mean, come on now. This lens right here is $1,500. This camera right here is literally like $4,000. So when we're talking about professional camera gear being $550, like that is, I think, more than fair. Definitely, especially for like a newer product. Yeah, can't complain about that. So all in all, yeah, my experience with this has been pretty good. I'm still just like, I just like kind of the look of handheld more, might be an unpopular opinion, but that's just what I like. That's my style. But yeah, if you're looking for a gimbal and you're in the market and you want a good one, the RS4 is definitely like it. Like I approve. It gets my pass. It's nothing too crazy or fancy or nothing wild. When I was looking into maybe getting the RS4 Pro, I had considered getting the Crane M4, I believe it is also. Yeah, the Crane 4, which has like this giant fill light, which some people think is really gimmicky, but I mean, in certain situations, I feel like that could possibly be useful. If you're really in a super pinch, if you don't have a full frame camera, that might be pretty cool, right? So like, there's some gimbals out there that give some pretty cool features. I know it also has like the arm rest, I think, with this camera, and then it also has like the balancing lights, which to me that's a little gimmicky. Like if your gimbal's balanced, it's balanced. You don't need to be looking at a light on the side. But anyways, those are just different features essentially that you're getting with like another gimbal. You're getting with Zen, I guess. Like it's just some kind of new innovative features. I don't really feel like you're really getting with this. I know there is some like wireless and Bluetooth features and stuff like that it's capable of, but I don't really do or use any of that. Once again, this is just my experience with it, my perspective. So yeah, I think it's worth that. I definitely think it's worth the money. So yeah, that's what you were looking for. Definitely, if you're in the market for a gimbal, I can approve of it. I can. So if you're interested in purchasing it, first link in the description is my affiliate link. Obviously, like I said, it's an affiliate link, so it supports the channel. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe for more raw, unfiltered tech truth. Click this video right here if you want to see more. If you like this video, you're gonna like this one. And that's all I got. See ya.